Hey there, and welcome to No Small Life, where we help you rebuild a life you love no matter what you've walked through.
Your life is not small, and you don't have to live it that way any longer. We are Chris and Megan Ria, and today we're talking about 3 uncomfortable life truths that every person, especially Americans, need to hear. Let's get to it. Life isn't fair. I'll never forget being 16 years old and going on my first mission trip. And it was in a very poor town in Mexico. And I watched kids my age and younger dig through garbage dumps to try to find something edible to eat. I watched entire families of 10 and 12 people live in a shack outside the size of my room with no running water, no electricity. And I saw these little kids. They had no toys to play with, no video games, no cars, no little action figures to play with. They just played with rocks and bottles. And I'll never forget driving away from that village, looking out the window at one of these kids and thinking, why am I so blessed and why are they so poor? Why did I get to grow up in the family I got to grow up in America? And why are they in this situation? It could have easily been reversed. But here's the thing. Even though life isn't fair, true happiness is not found in what we have.
Right.
It's not found in material things. Case in point, some of these kids were way happier than anyone I'd ever met in the States at their age. They were bowling with rocks and pop bottles. They were kicking around a soccer ball on a dirt field, and they were laughing, and they were content, and they were having a good time. Meanwhile, some of my friends who were a little more entitled, thought they should have even more than what they do have, are over here feeling sad and depressed and like they deserve more. So happiness is not found in what we have. You see, no matter what we have, we've got to make the best of the world we are in, our world.
Somewhere along the way of life, we learned that it's just not fair. But also along that journey, someone convinced us that that is not okay. But here's the truth. Life is what we make of it.
Yes.
And whether you are a billionaire that's been handed life on a silver platter or you have grown up in extreme poverty, we all have a choice. We have a choice to create a life we love. And that choice starts in the mind. It starts with having an attitude that's filled with gratefulness for being on this planet and for having this life, this one precious life that you have as a gift. I love this quote by Mary Oliver, and she says, "Tell me what it is you plan to do with your one wild and precious life."
The second thing is this. Working hard enough doesn't necessarily mean you can make your dreams come true. I know. People want to tell you, if you just work hard enough, you can make all your dreams come true. I think we've done people a little bit of a disservice telling them this, and let me explain why. Let's just say that I, Chris Ria, have a dream of being in the NBA.
Ooh, ew.
Well, guys, no matter how hard I worked at becoming a professional basketball player, it's just not going to be in the cards for me. And while I have a decent level of athletic ability, I have nowhere near the level it takes to be a professional athlete. So it doesn't matter how hard I worked. If I got up every morning at 4:30 a.m. and ran sprints, if I worked on my dribbling skills, if I shot baskets, if I worked with coaches my entire life for years and years, I'm still not going to get to the NBA. It's just not a talent or God-given ability that I have. And that's the truth. So people really would be doing me a disservice by saying, hey, if your dream is to play in the NBA,
Right.
just work harder.
Go for it,
Go
Chris.
for it, because you can do it.
Yeah.
I think we do people a disservice when we say those things.
Here's the truth, though, before you get discouraged, okay?
Don't get discouraged.
Don't get discouraged, because hard work in an area that you are gifted in produces success and results.
Yes.
Right?
That's the truth.
Absolutely. We have giftings. You have giftings.
Yes.
And if you focus on developing those, if you focus the majority of your efforts in that vein, learning, trying, growing, working hard in those areas, friend, when we do that, we will have extreme success in life
Yes.
because it lines up with our wiring. We're not fighting our natural abilities, right? And if you let yourself set goals in that way that aligns with your talents, you can absolutely make your realistic dreams come true. Think big, but think in the way that you're wired. Let me just set you free, friend. Your life is not small because you do not make it into the NBA, okay?
Thank God for that.
Yes and amen. Because if that was our measuring line for success, the basketball skills happening in this body right here, atrocious. Absolutely atrocious.
Number 3 kind of goes with the other two, but not everyone is equally talented, and that's okay. Do you ever envy an NBA star, like we just mentioned, maybe another professional athlete, or maybe a singer, or an actor, or someone very inventive, or creative, or intelligent, or, quote, successful,
Right.
and wish that you had their life because they're famous and they make a lot of money?
Sure.
You see, it's very easy to get caught in the comparison trap. But the truth is this, it's this, not everyone is equally talented. We live in a world where the more talented you are, the more success you tend to have. Success, or fame, or money. And a lot of people don't think that's fair, but it is what it is. We can sit and complain about it and talk about how it's not fair,
Right.
but the truth is, if we accept that we're not as talented as this person, but maybe more talented
Sure.
than that person, and we are who we are, and we embrace our talent and our gifting and maximize that
Right.
ability, we can live a full, well-rounded, and meaningful life.
Because here's the truth, we hold ourselves back, right? It's not always our talent, it's that we hold ourselves
Yes,
back.
our
be-
minds, our thinking, right?
Yeah, because we operate under the assumption, well, if I'm not as talented as them, then I should not, right? I fill in the blank. I should hold back. And that's just not true.
Or I deserve what they have.
Right.
And even though they're more talented than me, that's not fair
Yeah.
that I don't have what they have. And that can be a dangerous mindset.
Yeah.
And you can get stuck and live small
Yes.
with that mindset.
Paul said it like this: I've learned the secret of being content.
Ooh.
Content, right? Whether I have a little or a lot, I've learned the secret of being content. Because here's the thing, even the most talented people in the world, the people you look up to, admire, where is the line of success for them?
They're not content.
Right? If you're an actor, you don't feel like you've arrived until you've had an Oscar or multiple Oscars, right? If you're a very talented, famous musician, you want that Grammy. You want to go platinum. And then there's the pressure. The next album has to be like that, right? If you're a professional athlete, it's not enough until you're an MVP or you've won a championship. Who's going to remember your name? See, no matter what level of talent, you always want more.
Right.
Because success, the way the world's defining it, it's an ever-moving line. What does success actually mean? It's not concrete. It's always moving.
Yeah.
So what's the key? The key is to learn the secret of being content. That key right there. And with the talent you have, and then maximize that talent.
The Bible talks about a master who gave money to people according to their ability. 3 different guys. It says he specifically gave them talents or money according to their ability. So he gave the most talented guy, he gave him 5 talents. He gave the second guy 2. And he gave the third guy 1. The guy with 5 talents, he said, you know what, I'm going to take all the ability, all my strength, I'm going to work hard, and he made those 5 into 10. The guy with 2 said, you know what, I've been given something, it's not as much as the first guy, but I'm going to take these 2 talents and I'm going to make something of myself. And he doubled his money and made 4. But then the guy with 1 talent, maybe he was upset that he didn't get as much as someone else.
Sure.
Why am I getting 1 and he got 5? Maybe he thought it was unfair. Maybe he was afraid that he wouldn't be able to amount to much. But he took his 1 talent and went and hid it.
Yeah.
He buried it. And the master came back and was unhappy that this servant would bury money and talent and ability and not maximize what had been given to him. So the point is this: whether you've been given 1, 2, or 5, maximize your talent, maximize the money you have, do the best you can do, because we're not all equally talented and we don't all equally have as much.
Here's the thing, friend.
I'm your friend.
You are my friend, baby. You have talent, okay? And
Thank
you have
you.
talent. And you have
I receive it.
Oprah moment, right? You have talent. You have natural abilities. And it's time to maximize those
Yes.
abilities. It is time to stop worrying about what other people have, about their talents, about their level, if you'll measure up, because if we'll choose to be content, if we'll choose to work hard and maximize strengths that are in our lane and go after that thing without the fear of, I'm not enough, my talent won't be enough, right? And we're talking to ourselves here, guys.
Yeah.
We all struggle with that fear that, is this what I possess going to be enough?
Are we going to live small and insignificant lives?
Right.
But we don't have to. So that's all we have for you today. Hopefully you can take those important truths and apply them to your life, and maybe share those with someone who might need to hear them as well. If you haven't done so yet, we'd love to have you subscribe to this channel. And remember that No Small Life is a nonprofit run on the donations of generous people. If you would like, you can partner with us at nosmalllife.me. Have a great day, everyone. And remember, your life is not small.